Hi, it's Dan with Master of the Morning, so you own the day. With the key question, why is it that when we fly into Las Vegas, Nevada, we immediately embrace their mantra, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Obviously, you can hear some noise behind me on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm staying across the street, sitting on a balcony in a condominium with New York, and the Aria Hotel and Casino behind me. I've been in Vegas now for a few days, and I'm coming to you from the wee hours of the morning, having just returned from watching one of the most amazing shows you can even imagine. But it's given me time to analyze both the pros and cons, both the positive ramifications and the negative consequences of coming to Las Vegas if we embrace their mantra, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. On a positive note, if you come to Las Vegas to partake of world-class entertainment, world-class restaurants and food, some of the greatest golf courses on the planet, an opportunity to cheer on the Golden Knights and cheer on my Vegas Raiders, and have an opportunity to enjoy the exhilaration of gambling when we keep it in perspective, then we should always come to Vegas as often as we want a refresher course in staying in posh hotel accommodations to recalibrate our energy and kickstart our next adventure. But if you come to Vegas in a negative mindset that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, because for some reason you think it's more important for you to be popular for the moment instead of respected for a lifetime, and therefore you table your moral compass, you put on some weird seductive outfits that you would never be caught dead in anywhere else in the world, and you come here to gamble your health, to gamble your reputation, to gamble money in an undisciplined way, then you should never come to Las Vegas. But on a positive note, if what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas because we're understanding the deeper understanding, the ramifications of what it really means to defy the odds, to beat the odds, to play the odds, then we should come to Vegas anytime we need a refresher course. That the only thing, the only one we should ever bet on, worth gambling on, is ourselves. You see, when you start winning at a casino, what do? They offer you free drinks. And if you win a lot, they offer you free accommodations, because their mathematic algorithm proves true that the longer you are exposed to the belief that you can beat the odds, that you can defy the odds, that you can withstand all the temptations of the world here in Sin City, they know eventually you will succumb to that temptation. You will finally fall to the concept of odds. It's called the house edge. Again, the mathematical algorithm proves true that the reason why we have these multi-billion-dollar hotel casinos is because the house always wins more than we do. So what are we supposed to leave in Las Vegas? The idea that we can actually beat the odds. You know, when you hear of Rudy walking on at the University of Notre Dame to the football team and becoming a star and beating the odds, and Spud Webb, at only 5 feet 5 inches tall, beats the odds and becomes a superstar in the National Basketball Association. In reality, they didn't defy or beat the odds. They bet on themselves. They knew what they needed to do to increase the opportunities for them to win their fair share of the time. And the classic final examination is Kobe Bryant. When he was drafted into the NBA at age 19, right out of high school, he had a dream. He was willing to work hard and bet on himself, wanting to become the very best basketball player he could be, that would eventually make him one of the very best basketball players in the history of the NBA. While every other basketball player who was drafted that year in his same draft class, their goal was only to be drafted. So after draft night, every other player that was drafted that night went to a party to celebrate being drafted. And Kobe Bryant went to the gym to keep betting on himself, to make sure that when you gamble on the possibilities of you being able to take yourself from where you are to where you want to be and becoming the very best version of yourself, everything you were born to be. If this message resonates with you, I challenge you to share it with friends, with family members, with coworkers, with teammates, to remind all of us that we should never bet on something we cannot control. We need to bet and gamble on what we can control, which is our attitude, our work ethic, our performance, our steps of resiliency, and our passion and purpose to fulfill our ultimate capacity and potential as a human being.